the New York Times just exposed disturbing details about BIGO Live, which led to its removal from the App Store. Let's get into it. A recent investigation revealed that BIGO Live, a platform that many of us know for live streaming, was linked to horrifying cases of child exploitation. Several reports involved mothers who were live streaming abusive content for payment. Mortifying, right? And sickening enough, it didn't surprise me as much as one would expect, and here's why. Way back in the day when I was a streamer on BIGO Live, I witnessed firsthand how American gifters would flock to the streamers in regions like the Philippines, Brazil, Nigeria. Why? Because they could pay just a few dollars for privates, which are one-on-one streams either held on or off the app on another platform. And during these privates are where more explicit things could go down. And they would brag about it too, how much further their money could go gifting them versus gifting an American streamer who would typically charge about a dragon, aka $250 for a private. And let's talk about BIGO's homepage algorithm. It's no secret that streams that were promoting explicit content got the most views and were heavily promoted, or how the guidelines differed based on which region you lived in. In the North American regions, streamers faced strict guidelines. No undergarments, no smoking, no suggested behavior, to name a few. But in third world regions, streamers could literally go live in their underwear. And I've always wondered, why was that okay? Who was that benefiting? It's quite painfully obvious that exploitation was at play here. The New York Times article didn't just stop at BIGO. Apps like SuperLive and Tango, also now removed from the App Store, have similar patterns of exploitation. And you know what's even sicker? People have been calling this out for years via the App Store reviews in the comments, saying things like, this app allows inappropriate content involving minors. But sadly, nothing was done until now. The article also mentions one report of one of the men that they caught from Utah in America who engaged in one of these privates in which he recorded the session, reported it to Children's Services, and also reported it directly to BIGO Live support staff, in which they did respond saying that they've dealt with the incident by suspending the user and removing the content that they're promoting from the platforms, and how they're deeply committed to ensuring that it was a safe platform. But this means that they've known this was going on for years and never did anything to tighten up the guidelines globally. Since being removed from the App Store, BIGO has begun to scramble. No more posting photos or videos to their profiles, no more private lives. Any BIGO IDs that have explicit or suggestive content within them will not appear in search, and supposedly will be enforcing stricter guidelines globally, finally making everyone follow the stricter North American rules. An inside source says they'll be back on the app no later than January 2nd. But here's the thing. Every time BIGO gets caught, they do damage control, clean up for a bit, and then go back to business as usual. At this point, I'm not buying it. I'm officially team boycott BIGO, and honestly, the rest of these little shady live streaming apps can go as well. Let's stop giving platforms that exploit vulnerable people any more power or money. And honestly, shame on Apple and shame on the Google Play stores, because they've been profiting from these heinous crimes taking place. Every single time someone makes a purchase on these apps to send these gifts, to order these privates that are, abusing children, these tech giants have been profiting for years. If you agree with me, hit like, share this, and let's keep stepping on these platforms next until they actually do better.